Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
So as I told you at the very top of the show, I was back in the city late last night. I was invited by Katie Pavlich to appear on her show, Katie Pavlich Tonight. It's the late one, up against Cut Bell, 10 o'clock on News Nation. She invited me in to speak specifically about this 27-year-old Jewish lady who was assaulted on the subway, assaulted by some psycho black lady who talked about how Jews are eating children as she was pulling this girl's hair out. You can't even make this stuff up. And, of course, Mom Donnie, God ever created, no matter what Trump says, I'm tired of that already. I love you, President Trump, but stop. You're embarrassing yourself at this point. He's not a nice guy, Mom Donnie. He's not a good guy. He's a lowlife. So he said nothing. But what's funny is talking about Trump on the way to the city late last night. This is like 10 o'clock last night. I send President Trump a text. And I say, hey, buddy, I know you're going to be in town on Monday night for Game 3 of the NBA Finals as the Knicks get set to take on San Antonio tonight in a Game 2, running a 12-game postseason winning streak. I go, I know Bruce Blakeman's going to be there. I spoke to Bruce yesterday, and is there any chance, Mr. President, that I can join you in Dolan's suite? He's not going to be sitting on the court. That's been decided already. There's no way they can protect him, so he'll be in Dolan's suite, going through a back entrance and all that type of thing. So I'm still waiting for President Trump to get back to me on that. I'm not going to hold my breath, okay? But I think I did hear that my man, who follows me each and every weekday morning here on 77 WABC at 10 o'clock, also part of that Fox and Friends crew, and his own amazing show I was just on last Sunday, One Nation on Fox News. My guy Brian Kilmeade will also be in the building Monday night for a Game 3 between the Knicks and the Spurs. Let's find out. Brian Kilmeade, can you confirm or deny Game 3 Monday night? You're going to be there.
Right, and I'm surprised the president going has overwhelmed the move that I'm going. You know, for a morning show host to go to the game and for the president to steal my thunder, it really hurts. And for you to ask, I'm not in a box. So I just said, my son's a huge Knicks fan. He asked for very little at this point in his life, and he just said, can we go to one of these games? And the first time we went to a game, he was 3 years old, and it was Michael Jordan's comeback with the Wizards. It was the same day as George Bush, with a bulletproof vest, went to Yankee Stadium after 9/11 and threw that perfect pitch. And they go, Brian, which one do you want to cover, Jordan's comeback or the president at Yankee Stadium? And I just knew my son wanted to go. And I go, you know what? I'm gonna choose the Madison Square Garden. And that was the first Knicks game we went to. So we have a long history of frustrating years. Like in his lifetime, they've only got to, he was born in 96. So in his lifetime, he's really never seen this type of run. So I go, you know what? We got to go. And it's cost a ton. So we remortgaged the house. You just got to finish out the paperwork later on today. Even at 6% interest rate, it's certainly worth it. So I just want to go. I'll go there. But the president's move, him going, is bigger news. Mondami's going to be there, too. Do you believe that?
Well, he goes to every game. He sits up in the nosebleeds with Jamani Williams, and, he goes to the Garden like he'll be there tonight for the watch party. And it's a constant annoyance for me because I'm a sports guy. So are you. All right, I worked at WFAN of my 28-year radio career. Yeah, I spent 16 years doing sports. So I know who the real sports fans are. And to see Kathy Hochul do a video with the former city council speaker Adrian Adams wearing Knick T-shirts. Yes, the same Kathy Hochul that thinks the Knicks won a championship in 1993. That's a joke. And Mamdani, too. I mean, give me a break. You really think that Mamdani knows anything about this basketball team before Patrick Ewing or between Patrick Ewing and these guys? So what I'm noticing is all of a sudden...
He was in Uganda.
I know. Everybody all of a sudden in New York is a Knick fan. Even these young punky kids who caused all kinds of trouble, a bunch of arrests outside Madison Square Garden after Game 1. You think those kids are watching the Knicks and the Trailblazers in November? I am. You think they are?
And plus, you got to get up at 3 in the morning, and you're still watching.
Right.
No, I don't think they are. No, of course not. But do you think, Sid, if they're to win, if they do win this, and it's a long way off, you and I also know sports, and does anyone think this is locked up? Even if they win tonight, I don't think it's locked up. But having said that, if they do win it, do you think they burn the city like they just did in Paris when their club team just won, the PSG just won the Champions League? Do you think they burn the city like they do in Detroit?
I got to tell you, those are the signs. And let's not forget, okay, the Yankees draw just over 2 million people in the Canyon of Heroes when they win. It's been 17 years, but over 2 million. But don't forget, the Yankees, they split the city with the Mets. Same thing with the Jets and the Giants. They split the city. Rangers and Islanders, kind of. But there is no splitting the city in basketball. Everybody is a Knick fan outside of my friend Evan Roberts at the Fan. There are no Brooklyn Net fans in New York. So the Knicks don't split the city. So if the Knicks win the championship, forget about 2.2 million. You're going to get 3 million people. And the way the fans have been acting outside Madison Square Garden the last couple of weeks, yeah, we're starting to look like Detroit. We're starting to look like Los Angeles when the Lakers won the championship, and that is very unfortunate for New York City. But I said this last night. You know what that is, Brian? That is a reflection of the mayor, because this city is so chaotic under this mayor who's completely okay with 5,000 or 6,000 pro-Hamas animals roaming our streets, that the kids, the garden, it's all taking on the look of a chaotic city led by a mayor who's got no control.
Sid, it's going to be up to you. This is your first test. I want you, because you're thinking about running, I want you to call on, and if it is 3-0, and we're looking at a sweep next week, I think you should call on the city to not overreact. This would be your first time. You say first, do it for me. Do not burn anything. Don't throw a bike rack. Don't go after a cop. Don't explode a car. You didn't win. You watched. So don't blow anything up.
I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It's a good idea. That'll really get me going for this campaign. Although our mutual friend Katie McFarland said to me a couple of weeks ago, she was on this morning, she said, Sid, you really should run, all kidding aside. And what you should do is really, really watch the Spencer Pratt campaign out in Los Angeles. He's a reality TV star. You're a radio guy. Neither one of you have political experience, she said. But as a lady that's worked for 4 presidents, 4, including President Trump, he's going to be great if he ends up beating Karen Bass. He said, you'd be great, too. So that was McFarland's advice. Take a good look at Spencer Pratt's campaign and his social media people. But on a serious note, the numbers are still not back yet in California, whether it's Pratt for mayor or Hilton for governor. Are you surprised?
Yeah, but if you look at what they do, they mail ballots to everybody. That's a pandemic thing they should have gotten rid of. And then they wait. If it's post-dated before the election, they count it. So they give it a week to come in. What are you doing? Why is that okay? Even if you're a Democrat, it's a Democratic-run city, Democrat against Democrat. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? I mean, you want people voting? Do you have any interest in voting integrity? So it's just crazy, and this highlights it again. Now, Florida fixed it. You're in Florida. They were the laughing stock of the country. Now they're the best. The best. They count their absentee ballots ahead of time. They tell you by 10 o'clock at night who won everything. So why in California do they want this? So it's embarrassing. And listen, I hear that this ramen is closing the gap. So can you imagine if for some crazy reason the latest surge has Hilton dropped to 3rd and Spencer Pratt dropped to 3rd? Can you imagine that outrage?
No, that would be awful, although she's still, I think, about 7 points behind. She went from 9 to 7. She's not closing the gap all that much. But you're right. It could still happen where Pratt could fall into third.
Let me just tell you, we weren't watching it close, but Rick Caruso on Election Day beat Karen Bass. A week later, he lost by 10.
No, I know.
So,
you don't know. Yeah. You just don't know with California. You just don't know. So we'll be watching that. I think another big story here is, we just saw 4 Republicans screw President Trump in a bill last week, right? Now we're seeing it again. What normal, decent American does not want the Save America Act? But here we go again. It's the same idiots. Maybe it's not Rand Paul. Maybe it's not Thomas Massey. But it's the same idiots. Susan Collins.
Mitch McConnell,
Lisa Murkowski, Tom Tillis. 4 Republicans break, and they go against Trump's bill here for the Save America Act. The Republicans are killing us, Brian Kilmeade, time and time again.
They got to hold the Senate and hold the House. And Mitch McConnell will be gone. Tillis will be gone. Cassidy will be gone. I hope Collins is there. Actually, she's the best hope. Collins is there. But I don't understand what Mitch McConnell's doing. I guess he doesn't want to federalize elections. I know fundamentally it is, but look at some of these. Just make these through lines. Everyone's got to have an ID, right? You got to have 2 forms of ID to sign up. I mean, I can't get in my building. I can't get to WABC without an ID. Everyone has ID. 80% of the country, Democrats and Republicans want ID. They're just into this ideological thing of, well, that's every state should run their own thing. No, it's not okay because every state controls who the president is. So I think that along the way, we should do what 80% of the American people want, voter ID. Because I don't care who wins. I just want the right person to win. And my analogy, I think I might have told you, is the instant replay. So, look, instant replay could cost your team the game. I just want the right call. So if voter ID hurts Republicans, so be it. And the president should say that. I just want the real winner to be the winner. That's why we have VNRs. That's why they put a chip in the soccer ball for the World Cup. They want to see if the ball's over the line. They want to take it out of the referee's hands. They're doing it in football. They're doing it in baseball with cold strikes. Can we just do it in our election?
I love that. And by the way, folks, the reason why Brian just said he wants Susan Collins to win, because honestly, she's horrible. She's horrible. But if she doesn't win, that means that Plattner would win in Maine, and that's the last thing this country needs because he's a really bad guy. The Democrats are running really terrible people all over the country. You mentioned the World Cup, and we'll wrap this up. My buddy Anthony Carone contacted me yesterday, and he said to me, he goes, hey, listen, I got some of these games if you want to go. So, for example, Bill O'Reilly's assistant, Makeda, she's a lovely lady. She's been asking me for weeks for tickets to France and Senegal. I got them for her. And I've been offered one of 2 games, so I want you, Brian Kilmeade, to tell me which of these 2 games I should take my son Gabriel to. June 13th, Morocco versus Brazil, or June 17th, England versus Croatia. Which one?
Oh, England-Croatia. I mean, anytime you watch Brazil play, it'll be great because the fans get it. It's going to be, you can't go wrong with either game, but in terms of a tight game, that's going to be a tight game. So I think that either one you can't go wrong. This is what I love about the World Cup. For people like you that, just a sport, you're open to it, but you're not against it, not for it, you'll see the atmosphere of a World Cup game. It's not like the MLS. The MLS is fine. I love those guys. I had 2 players I coached to play in the MLS. I'm going to his wedding tonight.
Wow.
And I was there for the launch in '97. I was doing sideline for the Metro Stars. I did play-by-play for the Big East. So it's cool. I'm fine with it. But it's not like what you see. When you see the World Cup game, you're going to walk out and go, now I get it. Because the atmosphere is, the fans are a bigger story than the actual team. And the players actually know it. Because the players got their window of 6-7 years, and they're done. These fans, this is their life. And I think when our conversations in 2 weeks are going to be all about soccer.
I believe it. I'm actually into it already. So, again, I'm going to take Gabriel to one of these games, and we're both looking forward to it. And here we go. Less than 2 weeks away, we've got World Cup soccer, 8 big games right here in New Jersey. Okay, we are 2 days away. I was on your great show last Sunday night. Again, I had a fantastic time. It was so great. Who's coming up in 2 days?
Yeah,
on
you did
One
great.
Nation?
Our ratings were great,
Thank you.
Our ratings were great. And the demo, because young people love you. So 18 to 34 was through the roof.
Right.
So I'm going to have Kristen Sinema. I want to talk about what happened at the Democratic Party. I just, this whole socialist thing, the Plattner situation, the AOC, the Bernie Sanders, the Kingmaker, what happened to her party? She's also an AI expert. And find out why all these graduating seniors are booing at commencement addresses with AI. I'm fascinated by it. That's one thing I don't see as political, just practical. Elise Stefanik's going to be with us. You love her. She loves you. Believe it or not, there's some signs in education. There's some signs in education that they were standing up. A guy tried to grab a Palestinian flag and he got thrown off the stage. A commencement speaker started going rogue. They stopped. They cut the mic. Are people starting to wake up in education? And Billy Bush is going to be with us, and Joe Concha is going to be on. So, and Craig Carton is going to break down the World Cup and the Knicks Spurs.
Wow, that's a huge
that'll
show.
Be so. Yeah. So it'll be fun. Sunday at 10 o'clock. And don't forget, coming up, October 17th in Westbury, Long Island, in the round. Sid will be out there. BrianKilmeade.com, streamed on Fox Nation. The Uniting the States Tour. My book comes out in October, and it's going to be another reason to feel patriotic, inspired, and motivated. So to put it all together in a great live show.
It's exciting. What a big weekend you got coming ahead. The big show, your show Sunday night, Monday at the Knicks game with your son. Very exciting couple of days. So usually you ask me this question, but with you doing all this great stuff, including that big show in October, maybe you should take your own advice, Brian Kilmeade, damn it, and you stay within yourself.
Thank you, Sid. Sometimes you need to hear your own beliefs played back to you. You're right. You know what this means? Almost no sleep.
I get it. Trust me. Kilmeade, you're great. I love you. You really are great. Thank you so much, man. Have a great weekend.
All right. Go get him. I'll see you in Dolan's box on Monday night. I'll look up to you and give you the thumbs up sign. I know he's going to call you. See you later, Sid.
Let's hope so, Brian. Thank you very much. There he is, the great Brian Kilmeade. Does an amazing job following me each and every weekday morning here on 77 WABC at 10 o'clock. Part of that great trio on Fox and Friends on Fox News every morning, as we just talked about, his own great show. 10 p.m. Sunday nights, it is One Nation. The Friday edition of Sid and Friends in the Morning rolls on.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?